Okay, let's go.
I'm helping the tree.
Nice. I don't know if that's helping it. What's up, you guys? It's Jacob here. Today, we're going to dive in a little bit about where you should put your GoPro when you're skiing. Because we all know that when you look like this, you'll look a little dumb. But I think there's a better place to put it. And that's around your leg or your waist. Either place works. You just get so much better footage. Having the GoPro on your head captures what you're looking at, which isn't a bad thing. But when you're skiing through woods, you're kind of looking a little sloppy. It looks like you're going so much slower than you would be if you'd have it around your leg or waist. Just compare some of this footage here. You can see one looks like it's moving a lot quicker. Now these aren't in the same runs, they're not in the same place, but I can tell you that I was probably moving about the same speed for each one. One just looks like you're going so much faster. And that's because the GoPro is just closer to the action. If you're whizzing past trees, the GoPro being closer to those trees and closer to the ground makes it look like you're moving a lot quicker than what you may be. Now, there is an issue with having the GoPro on your foot. I've noticed it a couple times when it's been some powder days. You just get the camera covered in snow. It cools down really quickly. The battery dies within 10 minutes. It took me a run to kill a fully charged battery one time because there was so much snow covering it. I'll show some of that footage, but you can see how it just gets covered and covered in snow. And that's kind of an issue because you won't be able to see anything. However, if the GoPro is maybe around your waist, like a little belt GoPro, you could be getting some cool footage and hopefully less snow spraying up. Now, it might look a little odd at first, but once you're in the woods and once you're going, it should look pretty good. Another issue I found is that with the GoPro being on your leg is that you're going to be turning a lot. So you're getting a lot of whipsaw back and forth of the footage. Now, in some cases, this is good, but if you're making very aggressive turns constantly, it's going to look real choppy. It's going to look shaky. But as long as you're moving in a consistent manner, it should look pretty good. Some of my footage, you can kind of see it. I'll show some examples. It just whips back and forth and you can't really make out too much of the trees and everything happening. However, most of the footage that I got from skiing Keystone was still great. A couple other helpful hints that I found is to keep that GoPro in the super view mode. It captures more of that outside and again, makes it look like you're going faster, and you also get so much more information coming into the camera. That's extremely helpful for when you're shooting. You may be able to just catch something on the edge. It also just looks better having so many things around you coming towards you a lot quicker on the footage. If we look at the same 5 seconds of going down a mountain, you'll notice how much faster it looks when you're going with super view. And that's just because you have that wider angle of having more things around you. Another helpful hint I found is that you should always shoot in flat and you should always adjust the white balance mode yourself. If you're using Pro Tune, you'll be able to change the color from GoPro to flat, and that way you can adjust the colors yourself without GoPro already adding enhancements to your video. It just lets you have more control over everything happening. You should also be adjusting your white balance based on the condition. For white balance, I'll put a little chart right there. Just a quick understanding, 6500K is what you want to be shooting in overcast, 5000 for the sunny days. Now you can adjust that accordingly depending if there's some sun poking out or if it's completely overcast. Now snow is a little bit different just because of how it kind of interacts. You can get this bluish tint. For white balance in the snow, sometimes you want to stick on the higher end of things on the scale from 5000 to 6500 just because you can get that bluish hint from snow in some situations. You'll kind of have to adjust that accordingly and just see how it looks adjusting the white balance as you go through it on the camera screen. The video that I most recently shot was in a 5500 Kelvin range, and I think it looks pretty good. It was a bit cloudy, but mostly sunny. You actually get some really good footage of the sun that I'll show right now. You should be creative with how you're positioning the GoPro on your body. Everyone has seen the GoPro on your head, but not many people have seen it on your leg or on your waist. And I think the coolest shot that I found was on my leg, but pointed backwards. You get the nice snow trails if you have twin tip skis, and then you get a really cool shot depending where the sun is. You can check it out here. You can just see how clear that sun is and how kind of cool it looks with the snow flying up. It almost looks like the back of a boat, how they spray up water sometimes, or jet ski, whatever you have ridden on. It's just really neat to see it like that. GoPro footage, that's fine. I think that captures the attention even better. YouTube has a ton of free music that you can check out if you just Google YouTube free, YouTube not copyrighted music, and you can just gather music from there rather than going through a third-party site. You know it's trusted. YouTube says it if you're uploading to YouTube especially. There's companies that make little backpack mounts for your GoPro that sit right about here if you're wearing a backpack. I don't have one of those yet, but I do think they would make some pretty cool shots. The only issue that I can see with your skiing is that if it's on your left, you're going to be skiing with your left arm right here, and that pole is probably going to take up, pole and arm, probably going to take up a bit of your shot. But it still might look pretty cool because you'll be so much closer to the action than if it was on your head again. Some of the footage that I've showed you has some music. If you want to see it all pieced together, I'll upload a second video that you can check out on my channel just to see the music and everything put together. I'll link that down below. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like it below and leave a comment addressing what you might want to see covered next.